Yo, what's up, my people? This is ADG Kent the Gamer, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about the new details that circulated. Now, just the other day, I was trying to tell people that you don't know the process of the game, and because there's been a lot of people in the community saying that this game is out of date, which is true, but just not leading the developers any room. Like, they think there's this big propaganda, like a huge scam. It's getting outrageous, like people saying the game's a cash grab, etc., etc. I don't believe the game's a cash grab. I believe they set out, especially Zyddie, because I know his work with the SmackDown vs. Raw series. I don't think that his plan was to make a bad game. I think this man literally wanted to come out with a decent wrestling game. It's him, Kenny. I think they had great ideas, and sometimes when you put pen to paper, it's easier than actually making it a reality. You know what I'm saying? I deal with that every day. I have ideas that I want to come to tuition, and then things get in the way, time, life, etc. What you dream to do on that particular day doesn't come to light, and things get delayed. This recent message from Zyddie, who's behind a lot of the production in AEW Fight Forever, he mentioned these things that are up there on the screen. I'm going to read them out loud. You guys might be already reading them right now. I'm going to read these things and I'm going to break down my 2 cents. A lot of people already done spoke their 2 cents on this. Assemble Kenny Bomb, which I want to say Kenny Bomb has been very open as of late, where he's aggressive. He's being, he's telling his opinions, but he's also being open to the idea that this game could go another direction. And I think that's the professional way to do it. A lot of people aren't doing that way. I hope us can come together as a community. Even people that I've addressed in the past that haven't been doing it. Hopefully we can come together and, start making some good news for AEW Fight Forever, because they need it right now. I don't think all this hate that they're getting is really warranted. But anyway, so Zyddie says, this guy right here, Zyddie, he says, but we covered that a bit in the past. Remember that season 1 and season 2 are basically planned during production, so any feedback, response, and so on and stuff, we are starting to see now and in the future. Because someone asked on the Discord about easy fixes and match types. Okay, so he's saying here that season 1 and season 2 was already planned out, and you will start maybe by season 3, you'll start seeing a little bit of the things that we asked for. Still no information on season 3, but he's saying season 3 you'll start. Starting season 3, you should see some things. So he goes on to say, if you look at the timeline as covered in the past, it is at least 5 weeks of submission for a DLC. I was explaining this to somebody the other day who wanted to put that hate on AEW Fight Forever and talking about how we don't have Samoa Joe, how we don't have certain people. Every wrestling game is a little bit behind all the time, even in the 2K series. This game just came out 6 months ago, while some people we thought should have been in the game, which is true, isn't in the game, but we still don't know why these people didn't make it in the game. I'm sure if they're looking to compete with 2K, they know they need to have a good roster. I mean, 2K has over 100 people on their roster that most wrestling fans are used for. They know they got to have a very decent roster. In my opinion, I think they have a good base roster. There is some edges that are a little rough because there's some main people that aren't on the card right now. Like, we talk about Saraya. Adam Copeland just came to the company. Swerve, which is very questionable because they chose Keith Lee over Swerve. That's another thing. There has been some questionable decisions, but all in all, I think they've done okay personally. So he also go on to say, so the Toni Storm went into submission the absolute latest end of November, which is why you're seeing her come out in January. So we're looking at like a 3-month turnaround. Alright, so also you have to add you have to add dev time and so on top. Patches at a minimum 3-4 week submission as well as dev time, so generally 1 to 2 months behind what you guys see. I know this means nothing and most doesn't care about it, but that does explain why some stuff that comes out is stuff you guys don't really want, as it was done way before the feedback came in. So Beat the Elite was probably a more that was already out there. So I remember I told them that we should have a mode similar to WCW NWO Revenge, those games where you go after individual titles and there's a ladder and the champion changes, you know, based upon that one that you go down. So if you went down the FTW path, then, you know, you'll fight people in that division and you eventually fight the champ, and you could replay it, take the champ out, or you can even play as the champion and defend the title till you lose it. I still think they should do a mode like that. I think that would definitely give you a sandbox mode, even though technically this game has the sandbox mode. The sandbox mode is just exhibition. No, it doesn't have fancy cutscenes, anything like that. But the sandbox mode is your exhibition. It keeps track of your match ratings and everything. There's a leaderboard, your titles, all that. It's there. Just like a universe mode. But people are too blind to see it. And also people are too blind to see what I was saying. There is a timing to this thing. You can't just say, for example, Adam Cole had a new entrance the other night. Okay, Adam Cole has a new entrance tonight. We need to get that in the game. And then you get it 2 weeks later. It's not going to happen. It's not never going to happen. It doesn't happen in 2K games. You can't expect it to happen in these games. I don't know what's going on with people's minds. That's why I say a lot of times developers should not even listen to you. And in a way, I think AEW are taking that. They're listening, but I don't think they're listening to everything you're saying. They're trying to calm you down. They're trying to give you a little bit of insight. But they don't want to say too much because these timelines, and they don't want to say too much to aggravate people or make people too upset. And people automatically start, let's be honest, you want so much in this game, and that's understandable. But I want you guys to look at this. Believe what Zyddie's saying. Believe that the company wants to make good stuff. Believe that they're listening. It's not a scam. They're listening. They want to make a good game. The game needs work. I can't deny that. No one in this community cannot deny that the game needs work. But we're hungry. We love the game. We love AEW. A majority of us do. I think some people love the game and saying they hate the game right now just because they don't have what they want. Just because they didn't get what they expected. And they're just so frustrated. They don't want to wait. You've seen these content creators that love this game and they're like, I don't know, I'm so tired of this. I'm tired of waiting. It doesn't make sense. This should make it some sense. Though I know some of you is not going to want to believe it. Because some of you have... what's the word I'm looking for here? Beliefs and paranoia that they're trying to just rip you off and take money from you. And that a lot of stuff should have been in the game. I do think some things should have been in the game day one. But if they would have... And I know a lot of people saying like, oh, they should have just waited to come out with new content. No. Waited to come out with the game, not new content. Waiting to come out. I'm a little nervous today. I do apologize. But waiting to come out with the game, they should have delayed the game. If they would have delayed the game, it would have still been behind. You may have had a little bit more people in there, but then there would have been other people that you was talking about should have been in the game. Or other things that should have been in the game. I think they did the right thing by going to come out with the game because the game's going to be behind. People were saying like, when was going to hear something from Fight Forever? When the game's going to come out? I remember I even said things like, AEW Wait Forever. Even I was saying that, like, when's the game going to ever come out? Then they announced it was coming out. I was happy. And I know a lot of you were too. Don't deny it now because the DLC you want is not out. Or some of the modes you want to have or the match types. That's chill. Support the game. If we got to dish out a little bit of money, I mean, to me, it's not a big deal. I understand. Wait for sales then. If you can't do that, wait for sales. You don't have to have everything. Get the core gameplay. If that's satisfying to you, just wait. Hopefully, I do believe they should still try to come out with something every 2 weeks if possible. I know that would be kind of crazy for them to do with this series of things they have to go through. But I would try to start getting the ball rolling every other week to keep this game updated this year. And also, there's some ideas someone has out there where they should wait when WWE 2K24 hold off on DLC. No, you don't do that. Fighting games have shown when a new game comes out, you need to have some sort of DLC to make people remember about your game and to come back to the game, and a reason to keep the game. So what they need to do is definitely during that time period, have some really good stars, have some really good DLC, a really good match type that make people still cut on your game. You don't want your servers to go dead for months just because a new game came out. When Mortal Kombat came out, you see Street Fighter saying, no, we're not going to put out any DLC. No! I don't understand the thinking some people have. And respect, because the person that said this, I do respect you. I ain't even going to say their name. I do respect them, but like that thinking I don't agree with. That idea, that notion. But yeah, with that being said, remember, have faith. AEW Fight Forever. Season 2 next week. Tony Storm is coming. Can't wait to talk and show gameplay from that. Let me know what kind of matches you want to see. I want to get some more gameplays up on the channel. Sometimes I do think for artistic vision, not views. And also just put on good matches, because I believe there's not good quality gameplays. And I try to get up 4K videos for you guys in 60 FPS of AEW Fight Forever on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So, with that being said, shout out to Zyddie, shout out to Kenny Bomb, bringing that good news and positive vibe to the community that is needed. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next show, next video. I'm out of here.